Hello, I'm Prepper Mama 1. A lot of you, my subscribers, have requested that I do more prepper related information. So what I've decided to do is make a video series about general categories of items that preppers prep. So what I'm going to be doing in this video is kind of giving you a rundown on food, obviously. So I want to start off saying that I don't claim to be an expert, because I'm not. I am a third generation prepper. My grandparents prep, my dad preps, and I just got serious about prepping back in November of 2012. So I haven't been serious about prepping for very long. Why do preppers prep? I can't speak for all the preppers out there, but I can tell you why I prep. I prep for job loss, Mother Nature. You never know what she's going to throw your way, whether it be flood, severe thunderstorms where you're without power and water, hurricanes, tornadoes, whatever. I want to be prepared for. I also prep for civil unrest, or the downfall of our government or civilization, however you want to look at it. Those are my reasons for prepping. Now there's other reasons out there, like virus outbreaks, all kinds of apocalyptic scenarios like solar flares and whatnot. So there's many reasons out there to prep. It's just, it depends on where you live and just your mindset, I guess. And I do want to say that you don't have to be a rich person to prep, because I don't know if you know, but I'm not rich, not even close to being rich. But there are ways to save you money for your prepper needs, like couponing. That's what I do. Couponing has saved me a lot of money on my prepper items. There's bargain stores, there's dollar stores, there's flea markets, there's eBay, there's Amazon. There's plenty of sources out there to get cheap prepper supplies. All you got to do is look for it. Always make sure you do research before you buy any expensive prepper item. I have done a lot of research. This is just a very, very small sample of some research that I have done. This is about food storage and stuff. Now the information is out there. You just have to look for it. I did a lot of research. I spent days researching before I bought anything. So please research before you do. Alright, food storage. This is what I'm going to be touching on today. There's two different categories. You got your long-term and your short-term. Now your long-term storage, you can buy online. I know in certain Walmarts and Sam's Clubs and Costco's and all that they have these emergency supply kits like this. You can go online and find all kinds of companies. Here are just a couple of catalogs that I have. This is the Ready Store, and this is the Emergency Essentials catalog. I have not bought any items from these companies, so I couldn't tell you if they're good or not. I do plan on buying some in the future, but where I'm at in my prepper preparedness is I'm focusing more on the short term, because I want to get that stocked up first before I spend money on long term. Now I will say long term food is quite expensive. I'm not going to lie to you, it's quite expensive. This bucket cost me $63.33 at my Walmart. And this is just a 3-day supply for 4 people, and it cost me that much. But I think it's worth it because you're really paying for the shelf life. And this is a 25-year shelf life in this bucket. So the great thing about this is you buy the bucket, you put it somewhere, and you don't have to think about it for a while. That's what you're really paying for, is the process of this food lasting for a long time. So there is the long-term storage. Now you can buy goods from, your local grocery store, like rice. If you store it properly, it can last for 30 years or more. Rice, dried beans. You can dehydrate your own fruits and vegetables from your garden. Salt will keep indefinitely. Sugar will keep indefinitely. Honey will last a very, very long time. Some sources say it keeps indefinitely too. If it hardens, all you gotta do is just heat it up, and it will, soften up for you. So those are some long-term options for you. Oh yeah, I should say the optimum storage that you should store your food in is, from my research, they say keep it in a 40 to 70 degree area in your house or basement or whatever. Keep it in a dry area. So if your basement tends to flood, or I wouldn't keep the food there, or raise it up, keep it on a pallet or something. Make sure the area is dry and away from sunlight. So those are some tips of where to store your food. Short-term storage typically means canned goods. Now this is in its original packaging, but this would be short-term as well. There are ways you can repackage these to make this more long-term, and I will do a video on that in the future for you guys. I promise you that, because I've got more of this that I have to put in special storage bags that I will show you. Alright, canned goods. They have Best By dates. Most of them do. Like, let's see. Yep, this one's got it. Best By date. I'm not sure if you can see that, but that doesn't mean that after August 10th of 2017 that bam, automatically this food is no good and I have to throw it out. Well, I should say something before I really get into expiration dates and stuff. Us preppers have a motto: store what you eat and eat what you store. This will help you rotate your canned foods or your other food items that you store for prepper purposes. Now, I'm not saying, see, we don't eat Spam in my house, so I don't store it. That does not mean if I came across a can of Spam that I wouldn't eat it if I were starving, okay? But that is a good model to go by. And store what you eat what you store. Now, when I rotate my canned goods, I do use the Best By date because I have a store to go to and restock my supplies. That's why I do that. So you can do it either way you want to, where you feel comfortable with doing. So I'm going to tell you now what I would do if I were in a situation where stores are closed, I cannot restock my supply, and I came across a can of salmon that was 5 years past its expiration date. What would I do? Okay, what I would do is to check to see if the can is bulging anywhere. Do not eat anything from a can that is bulging. That means bacteria has got inside of it and started producing gases, and the pressure from the gas that's been released has caused the can to bulge. Do not eat a canned food item where the can has bulged. So I check for that first, and if there's any kind of rust, I will still open the can up to see if that rust has gotten to the food or not. It could just be on the outside and it hasn't gone through yet. So I would open it up and I would look at the food to see if it looked okay. I would smell the food to see if it smelled fine. And then when it passed all of those tests, I would taste it, a little taste first. Do not give this to your kids. I'd taste it first before I give it to my kids. And then I would probably wait a while just to kind of see if I got sick or anything before I ate the rest of it or gave it to my kids. So that is what I would do if I came across an expired can of food. Now, everybody's opinion on that is different, but this is just my opinion of canned items. I believe that canned food will last a lot longer than what the companies say. So that's just my opinion. Alright, this is it for this video here. If you have any questions, be sure to post them down below in the comment section. Alright, bye everyone.